Chapter 334. 3 years of diving cultivation. After exchanging communication jade slips, Huang Dao and Niu San left. They were still preparing to continue their journey to the Wind Cloud continent. As for Kang Chia, he also brought Little Gold along with him as they embarked on the return journey to the Heavenly Dao sect. Returning to the Heavenly Dao sect from the Thousand Blade Valley was by teleportation array just like when they came. So in just a few moments' time, Kang Chia and Little Gold had already appeared on top of the Star Peak within the Heavenly Dao sect. They greeted the elders guarding the place and headed to the Dark Gold Peak. Dark Gold Peak. This place was still the same. It hadn't changed at all. The only change was that when the people here saw Kang Chia and Little Gold, they all greeted them enthusiastically, even more enthusiastically than before. Walking everywhere, Kang Chia could hear them talking about themselves. Thus it was evident that because of the immortal execution order issued by the demon sect's elder cultivator, it had already made him a big name in the cultivation world. So it's you brat who's back. No wonder the Dark Gold Peak is so lively today. As he passed by the Lijuan Hall, a familiar voice came from him. Kang Chia looked over, only to see Elder Li standing at the entrance of the hall, smiling as he looked at them. Elder Li. Kang Chia and Zijin hurriedly bowed respectfully. Elder Li waved his hand in delight and said, "This time you have given our Heavenly Dao sect a long face. Well done. Right, little third brother has also returned. You should quickly go back and take a look. Third senior brother is back." Kang Chia was delighted at his words. Little third son. This was Elder Li's name for his third senior brother, Ro Shuilyu. On this Dark Gold Peak, there were only some old generation powerhouses who dared to call Ro Shuilyu this way. Then the late generation will bid farewell first. I will come back to visit you another day. Kang Chia bid farewell to Elder Li, then ran towards the bamboo forest at breakneck speed. The bamboo forest above Dark Gold Peak was evergreen in all seasons, and spring colors permeated everywhere. Kang Chia strolled through it, feeling the familiar scenery, his heart appearing peaceful. After worshipping the Heavenly Dao sect for so many years, this place had already become another home for him. As long as I wait until I become a Sun Son, I will be able to bring my maternal grandfather to live here as well. Kang Chia suddenly thought in his heart. The Holy Son of the Heavenly Dao sect had very great power, and was completely able to receive his family members to the Heavenly Dao sect, only that the number was limited. Of course, Kang Chia only had one family member, Wang Tiexiong, so as long as he became a Sun Son, he would be able to pick up Wang Tiexiong and bring him to Dark Gold Peak. In Dark Gold Peak, both the cultivation environment and safety were not comparable to the Great Tang country. This day is not far away. A confident light appeared in Kang Chia's eyes. As long as his cultivation reached the divine separation stage, he would automatically become the Holy Son of the Heavenly Dao sect, and he was not far from the divine separation stage. Soon, they arrived at the place where third senior brother lived. "Brother, there are two powerful auras." Little Gold stared intently at the house in front of him. Besides third senior brother, who else is there? This aura is somewhat familiar. Kang Chia naturally noticed it as well. "Junior brother, you've finally returned." A familiar voice suddenly came, interrupting Kang Chia's thoughts. Subsequently, in the house in front of him, the place where the third senior brother resided, two familiar figures walked out. One of them was clearly Rushui Current, and the other one, which surprised Kang Chia a little, was his second senior brother, Niu Ren. "Junior brother, long time no see." Niu Ren was full of smiles. "Second senior brother, third senior brother, you all returned from the orthodox demon battlefield." Kang Chia also revealed a smile. The four then entered the house together. After sitting down with each other, Kang Chia sized up the two senior brothers. The second senior brother was as unfathomable as ever, unable to detect his cultivation. On the other hand, he could see the cultivation of the third senior brother clearly. It was the peak of the 9th level of the outbreathing stage. His strength was not to be underestimated. While he was sizing up the two senior brothers, the other party was also sizing him up. Yu Shuiyu sighed, "Junior brother, your talent is just perverted. It's only been over 10 years. Third senior brother has already been caught up by you." Afterwards, Yu Shuiyu looked to the side of Zijin and laughed. "And you little monkey. I didn't realize that in the blink of an eye you were also catching up with me. Truly things come in different types. Isn't it true? Kang Chon's talent was perverted. Even his spirit pet Little Gold was perverted." Thinking that when Kang Tia and Zijin first came to the Heavenly Dao sect, they were still only at the Jidan stage of cultivation. And now in the blink of an eye, they were both strong at the Outboda stage. Yu Shuliyu's heart was saddened. "Third senior brother is overpraised," Kang Cha humbly said. Even the Little Gold on the side, also a little embarrassed. "Hehe, your third senior brother, but seldom praise people. Really junior brother, your talent is to change. ... forehead ... to powerful." New Ren laughed brightly. "Right, where is the eldest senior brother?" Kang Cha sniffed and hurriedly pulled away from the topic. He was a little unable to stand the praise of the two senior brothers. Eldest senior brother ... New Ren and Running Water Current's faces suddenly became grave. Kang Chon's eyes stared, feeling that something was wrong. Could it be that something big had happened? "Eldest senior brother has gone on a mission," New Ren said in a deep voice. Seeing that Kang Cha was a bit puzzled, Yu Shuiyu on the side explained. "Do you still remember the genius Shen Ti Yuya who came from the Great Tang country together with you?" Shen Ti Yuya. Kang Cha was surprised. He hadn't heard this name for a long time, but he was very familiar with this person. When he was in the Demon Locking Tower, this person's results were second only to Zhao Wuji and the others. And in the end, he had heard that he had worshipped under a sealed elder's name. Last time, when he came back from the spirit sealing space, Kang Cha had also probed this person's whereabouts. And it was said that Shen Ti Yuya had been in seclusion within the clan, and had not come out so far. Third senior brother. What does eldest brother's mission have to do with Shen Ti Yuya? Kang Cha asked curiously. However, Yu Shuiliyu's next words shocked him in his heart. Yu Shuiliu said in a deep voice, "Shen Ti Yuya has already been expelled from the Heavenly Dao sect, and eldest senior brother's mission this time is to hunt down and kill this person." "Why is that?" Kang said doubtfully. "Because he killed his master, although we don't know for what reason. But for this kind of traitor who dares to kill his master, our law enforcement lineage will not let him go." New Ren said in a deep voice, and for the first time, a cold murderous aura appeared in the eyes of his bright character. Dear sighed. When Kang Cha heard this, his heart was shocked beyond measure. But he then said in doubt, "Second senior brother, his master is a sealed elder, a powerhouse of the harmonization stage. How could he have been killed by him?" In his opinion, even if Shen Tia was a genius, it would be impossible for him to grow to such a level in a short period of time. This is something we are also very puzzled about, but according to the Heavenly Dao sect disciple who fought with him, this son's cultivation has already reached a divine separation stage, and his sanity is very chaotic, as if he has gone off the deep end. Running Water Current said. When Kang Tia heard this, his heart stirred, delirious. Wasn't this the state that Shen Ti Yuya had always been in? Could it be that he had really gone off the deep end? And that was why he had caused the consequence of regicide. However, regarding Shen Ti Yuji's cultivation, he was still a little unbelievable. He didn't expect that guy to have already advanced to the divine separation stage. Eldest senior brother won't be in danger, right? Kang Cha suddenly worried. If Shen Ti Yuya really had the strength to kill a harmonization stage powerhouse, then eldest senior brother might not be an opponent. However, as soon as he said this, both New Ren and Yu Shuiyu laughed, leaving him somewhat puzzled. In the end, It was Niu Ren who explained, "Junior brother, don't worry. Eldest brother has already broken through the harmonization stage. With his talent, once he breaks through the harmonization stage, he will be at the harmonization stage sealer level. There are not many people who can act as an opponent for eldest brother in this flood continent. Eldest senior brother has broken through," Kang Chia sniffed with a shocked face. "You know, among the several Sun kings of our heavenly Tao sect, eldest senior brother was the first to break through the harmonization stage." Running water current was filled with pride. Harmonization stage Seal King. Kang Chion's heart was filled with sighs of relief. The Dan Emperor's heyday was nothing more than that. And the Dan Emperor was an alchemist after all. He was definitely not as good as the eldest senior brother in terms of combat. Harmonization stage Sealed King. This was already the existence of the flood continent's hegemon in general. Just as second senior brother said, there weren't too many people who could be eldest senior brother's rivals in the entire flood continent. There is another good news to tell you. Second senior brother is also about to be promoted to Sacred Sun King. He has already pierced through the 17 layers of hell and is just short of the final step. Rivers of Rivers suddenly said. Niu Ren, who was on the side, laughed and said, "Don't flatter me. Aren't you also about to break through the divine separation stage? I think you'll be going to the 18th layer of hell soon." I knew I couldn't hide it from second senior brother. Rivers of Rivers laughed. Kang Chia secretly smacked his lips as he listened from the side, daring to think that not only he had progressed so quickly, but the three senior brothers had all progressed a lot as well. Of course, he was also aware that the three senior brothers' talent was not bad in the first place. And more importantly, the three senior brothers had been cultivating for a lot more time than he had. And the youngest, the third senior brother, was already over 100 years old. If he was given 100 years of time, he would also have the certainty of becoming a saint's son. In the Heavenly Tao sect, every disciple had to follow a different path of cultivation, especially geniuses like Kang Chia. Therefore, normally, they, the senior brothers, rarely had the time to gather together. This time, Kang Chia and his three senior brothers could not easily get together, so they naturally spent more time communicating. Whether it was their cultivation experience or various strange and interesting stories in the cultivation world, they talked about everything. For so many years, it was the first time Kang Chia had chatted so happily. Regardless of whether it was on top of the cultivation tips or the understanding of the cultivation world, the two elder brothers were above him, so he could be said to have benefited a lot this time. Moreover, all three of them were geniuses who cultivated the 9 revolutions Zhuanggong, and had also comprehended the arcane mysteries of force, so they chatted the most on this topic. Of course, most of the time, it was the second senior brother who was explaining to them, and it was said that the second senior brother was close to comprehending the third layer of the arcane mysteries of force. This was the last layer, and once it was comprehended, then second senior brother would have completely mastered the arcane mysteries of force. Understanding in their hearts that this was a rare opportunity, both Kang Chia and Rivers of Water listened attentively. Both of them currently only comprehending the force shock, which belonged to the first layer of the arcane mysteries of force. Kang Chia's comprehension of force quake was 32 times, while Ruo Shui Current's comprehension of force quake was 64 times. The difference between the two was not that big. According to what second senior brother had said, the great perfection of the quake of force was 1024 times. If I'm able to strike the quake of force 1020 times, I'm afraid that I'll be able to kill a divine separation stage powerhouse in seconds. Kang Chia smacked his lips when he heard this. It seemed that he still had a long way to go above force quake. Thinking that there was such a good opportunity this time, Kang Chia immediately gave up all thoughts and concentrated on listening to his second senior brother's explanation of force quake. Having already fully comprehended the force quake, second senior brother had absolute authority in this area. and he carefully told Kangtia and running water current about his own insights and experiences. The three of them just cultivated in the bamboo forest like this for who knows how many years. During this period, Zijin was also trying to comprehend the Force Quake. As a direct descendant of the Vira divine monkey, the path he was going to take in the future was also the Force esoteric, which he knew from his bloodline inheritance. Time passed slowly. The three senior brothers, as if forgetting everything, immersed in the ocean of Force arcana. It wasn't until half a year later, when a law enforcement disciple came to relay to Kangtia that Chen Sanshao was waiting for him at the bottom of the mountain, that the half-year of cultivation came to an end. To senior brothers, "I'll go down to meet a friend first," Kangtia said apologetically. "Senior brother, feel free to go ahead." New Ren and rivers of running water left. Kangtia nodded, then brought little gold and quickly arrived at the bottom of Dark Gold Peak Mountain.